Welcome to Masterclass 3. I'm Toby,
I'm Sarah.
and rather than giving you a long intro, we'll get stuck straight into it.
Cool. So Masterclass 3 is all about marketing your book. And that's just an overview of the entire series, which you've probably heard enough by now. So what you'll learn in this masterclass, why marketing is so important and why you should plan in advance, preparing to launch, defining your strategy, using your book as a lead magnet, raising your profile, how to turn your book into a profitable course, and the essential marketing avenues you might need. So who are we? We are the Rural Publishing Company, founded by us. I am an award-winning copywriter and best-selling author over at The Rural Copywriter.
I'm the founder of Billing Metals and Manufacturing and a general inventor and entrepreneur.
And we also run the Rural Marketing Company. So we aim to help aspiring and current rural, regional, and remote business owners and authors to get published. We follow an assisted self-publishing model where you retain all the rights to your work and receive 100% of your book sale profits. Our aim is to make the publishing process as smooth and as easy as possible so you can reap the rewards sooner. And we publish business books, non-fiction, fiction, children's books, and magazines.
Magazines and more, anything you can think of. If it can be published, we can publish it.
Yeah, and we hope to empower authors with our courses and coaching along the way. So marketing your book is absolutely crucial to ensure your newly published book has the effect that you're looking for in your business. Books don't sell themselves. Marketing your book can take a lot of consistent long-term effort and time, and it's always best to plan out the specific activities well in advance of your launch. So marketing is the number one reason why books fail, and even many publishers don't put enough emphasis on this or provide enough support to their authors, in our humble opinion.
Yes. Yeah, you can have the best book that's ever been published, and if there's no marketing, no one ever hears about it, and obviously you're not going to sell any.
No, there's not much point to that. So preparing to launch, you should be quite targeted with your launch plan and ongoing marketing. Build excitement about your upcoming book by promoting it on your business socials while you write it. Post pictures of you furiously writing away, your writing space, your location, and keep your audience up to date on your progress. Encourage them to sign up to an email list if you can, so they know when it's launched. Where possible, build a dedicated website for your book, or at least a dedicated page on your existing business website. You should think about how you can move people from your book and onto your website. Many business authors also offer extra learning resources for free to encourage readers to start interacting with them online and sign up to their email database. Defining your strategy. So hopefully this is something you'll look at and plan when you plan out your book. It's clearly much easier to get clear on your strategy before you go to the effort of writing and producing your book. Think about the potential paths that your readers are likely to take. So for example, a reader who finds you on Amazon will likely want to know more about you if they like your book content. If you'd like to encourage these readers to learn more, you might offer them some extra resources for free when they sign up to a dedicated email list. That way you're offering further value and you can nurture a relationship with them, which is much more likely to turn them into a paying client. Otherwise, many readers will get through the book and promptly forget about you. So offering something important and high value is, much more likely to help them engage with you further.
Yep.
However, there will be other readers who already know you and who will find your book via your social media channels or an existing email list. These people may not yet be paying clients, but there's a good chance your book will allow them to see your expertise in more detail, and therefore they might be more inclined to become a client. Make it easy for them to do so. While Amazon is pretty dubious about allowing direct links to sales pages, there's no harm in subtle mentions of your services and programs throughout your book content. And including details on how they can find you online or the next step they can take is a really good idea. Here's a few other strategic ideas in more detail. So using your book as a lead magnet. This is possibly one of the best uses of a business positioning book. Just in case you don't know, a lead magnet is something you offer to your potential audience in exchange for them signing up to your email database. These days, those really basic checklist type lead magnets are just not getting very much attention or traction. The stock standard approach to building a database is really not working anymore.
It's been well and truly overcooked, overused and abused, and people just don't sign up to such things anymore.
Yeah, so people are tending to tune out. They don't care so much. So therefore, you need to go a bit bigger to really stand out and get attention. So a book is big and it commands attention. So that's where it's really, really powerful as a lead magnet. So I have just said that there are 2 options, but there's actually 3 listed.
There is. Yes. Mathematics is not perhaps Sarah's strong point, but she knows a lot about publishing books.
So you can offer your book as a free lead magnet, or you can offer it as a paid lead magnet, and whether that's a print copy or an ebook version. And you can also offer the first 1 or 2 chapters as a lead magnet and then upsell to the full book. So it's up to you which approach you prefer. You might like to try a bit of trial and error and figure out which tactic works for you best with your audience.
The paid lead magnet is good because, for one thing, it offsets some of your costs, and secondly, it already gets people in the spending money with you mindset.
Yeah, even if it is, say, $5 for the ebook or something little, it's a good thing to do. Either way, though, a proper published book, whether it's in print form or digital, offers more perceived value than most other lead magnets. So you'll tend to get more signups and inevitably and hopefully more clients. You can also raise your profile with your book. So you may have heard the saying that a book is like a business card on steroids, and it really is. Hand someone a business card at a networking event and they might politely take it, tuck it into their wallet, forget about it, and then eventually chuck it out. Hand that person a printed book and all of a sudden you'll have their interest. Everyone loves something for free, and a print book is always considered special, particularly as they're likely to go home and remember they have it, and then they might actually read it. So reading it then allows them to get to know you, and they'll also tend to remember you. If you're keen to become a speaker in your industry, a book is absolutely critical to getting your foot in the door, because your book can basically do the talking for you when you're pitching to event organizers. You're instantly credible and knowledgeable if you can send or link to a book. Likewise, for podcast interviews, using the word published author will instantly get you more attention than someone who does not have a book. So a book raises your profile in the eyes of others. It positions you ahead of the rest of the game, and it makes you look totally cool.
It does indeed.
So another use for your book is to turn it into a profitable course. So you can take your book one step further by creating a course from your book content. So basically, for a book, you might charge between $19.95 and $39.95 or $9.95 for an ebook. But when you turn that same knowledge into a digital course, it can be worth much, much more, anywhere from $100 through to several thousand. And particularly if you provide extra hands-on access and support from you. So starting with the book starts to build your expertise and credibility. So the book can help you launch the course, and people are more likely to trust you and want to buy from you. So if you begin by planning and writing your book with this purpose in mind, it will make your life easier. Many business books highlight a business owner's unique approach and process for getting from A to B. If each chapter is a step in your process, each chapter then becomes a training module. Simply record your chapter topic as a video or several, then add in extra value in the form of further detail, demonstrations, ready-to-go templates, support, and coaching. So that's a really, awesome business strategy to implement.
It is. So essential marketing avenues you'll need: media and PR, social media, very powerful one, websites, podcasts, video marketing, advertising, both print and online, and influencers and partnerships with other business people.
Yep, so we'll go through each one. So media and PR, all good books should have a solid strategy for PR. This should include a plan to get into newspapers, magazines, radio, and even TV. A good, well-written media release is crucial to your success. Media releases should always focus on specific angles tailored to the publication or platform you're targeting. And it should really focus on why it's beneficial for specific readers rather than simply being about the book or yourself.
Yeah. The details of the benefits is where you will get in much easier with journalists or whomever you're approaching.
So local newspapers are the best place to start as it's relatively easy. Lots of local papers love supporting local authors and they'll happily publish an article. Sometimes they'll ask for an interview. Other times they'll simply craft an article from your media release, particularly once they know you. That's what we've found.
Yeah, in many cases they'll just print it as is.
Yeah. Larger newspapers and publications are definitely trickier, and you may well need a professional PR consultant or agency to assist you, as they will already have established relationships with journalists. So keep in mind that any free media exposure your book gets is incredibly valuable, no matter what the publication. It gives you and your book far more credibility. Yeah, even if they're just little local publications, newsletters, or newspapers.
Yep. Still very powerful.
Yeah, if you can share that on social media or on your author website or book website, it adds a lot of weight.
Yep.
So social media. If you're publishing a business book, you've probably already got several social media profiles established. Some authors like to set up a separate dedicated social media profile for their book or for their personal brand. As mentioned, you should begin your social media book marketing while you're writing and producing it. You can even take pre-orders if you wish. This helps to build excitement before your book is released. Then it's important to post regularly and consistently about your book. Highlight quotes taken from your book, highlight chapters, post any testimonials you can get from readers.
Yeah, a good book will get you many, many years worth of social media material.
Yeah, it's really handy. So when it comes to websites, we do recommend that you think about having some sort of website presence. You can either put your book on an existing business website, preferably on a dedicated page, or you can create a dedicated website for the book. So for our collaborative book from last year, Rural Business Women, we created a dedicated site so that people could type the title name into Google and it would come straight up with further information and links to purchase. Particularly for a collaborative book with lots of contributing authors, a dedicated space to highlight each author was required. That said, we also have it available for purchase on each of our other business websites as well. But having a dedicated website also means you can hopefully purchase a dedicated website URL or domain name to match. This helps future-proof your book, as you may like to turn your book name into its very own brand with associated courses and that kind of thing. So podcasts are extremely popular among business owners and general consumers. It's an easy way for people to consume information while they do other things. A great tactic for raising your profile and becoming more known in your industry is to get interviewed on other people's podcasts. This gets you in front of their audiences. Your book will help you to establish yourself as a credible source and someone worthwhile to be interviewed. Speaking at events, a book also helps to demonstrate your expertise and credibility when event organisers are looking for speakers. When you apply for these opportunities, you can and should mention that you're a published author. When you manage to book in any speaking gigs, make sure you take copies of your book with you. Then you can either sell them or give them out for free to the audience.
Yep.
you'll become much more memorable to them when you actually hand out a proper book and they get something for free.
Yep. It's the best handout you can give.
Yep. So video marketing is something that helps to establish a greater connection and relationship with your target audience. Videos clearly tie in nicely with your social media efforts. But sometimes as authors, we have the tendency to hide behind our books. I know that's always been my tendency, but I'm clearly conquering that right now.
Yeah, and they don't have to be professional, slick and smooth videos either. As you can tell from ours, they're not necessarily, shall we say, the most professional productions.
No, but
it
real and going for that real connection is far better than the polished, perfect videos in our minds.
It builds a much more connection with your audience if they feel you're a human and they can get to know you rather than being a plastic salesperson.
Yes, exactly.
And there's a lot of those out there.
Yeah. So the fastest way to build that like, know and trust factor is by showing our faces and voices on video. Think about aspects of your book that you could speak about on videos. Short videos are fine. They only need to be a couple of minutes long. So, for example, you might talk a little bit about each chapter in an individual video with a call to action, asking viewers to purchase your book for the full details. So, pretty simple strategy. So there's always advertising. So this is where you use direct ads to promote your book. So you can either use online ads on social media, in digital magazines, or banner ads on prominent websites. Print advertising might include magazines and newspapers. We have a hint down the bottom that says our digital magazine, Rural Entrepreneur Australia, is a great place to start. We're always happy to support authors.
Yep.
And if you publish through us, we'll be promoting you through our own channels anyway. So influencers and partnerships. Using an influencer or partnering with another business owner can help to promote your book in front of relevant new audiences. Recommendations always work better from people an audience trusts and already has a relationship with, rather than you trying to pitch to a completely cold audience who don't know you. Do you have any business mates who could potentially share your book to their audiences? Is there someone in your industry who you could swap promotions with? You promote something of theirs, they promote your book. Are there any influencers you could pay for them to mention your book? Can you offer an affiliate deal to associated businesses, giving them the opportunity to sell your book for a commission? So here are just some other ideas. Make sure you mention your book in your email signature. So there's just a little example of how you might include that. Ooh, I'll find my slide eventually. So if you go to an in-person networking event, it never hurts to take a few copies of your book along and potentially gift a print copy of your book to anyone you talk to. Approach local bookstores. Many of them will happily stock a few copies of your book on commission. They may also allow you to do a signing event. Write guest blog posts around the topic of your book for other websites. Ask as many people as you can to review your book and post your reviews on your social channels often. You could attend book festivals with your book. Make sure you set up an author profile on Amazon. That's a really powerful thing. Join the Goodreads author program, which you can Google. You could run book giveaways and competitions. You could investigate the promotional opportunities on a site called BookBub. You can submit your book to awards. You can run price promotions. You can host a Facebook Live video Q&A session. And of course, you can always publish more books. So marketing is never really finished with books. It's really a forever activity. If you want consistent sales and a return on your investment, marketing takes consistent effort. The good news is that you now have a resource that sells who you are and your skills forever. But remember, the only thing more powerful than publishing one book is publishing lots more. Isn't that right?
It is. You can always advertise your previous books and your new books too.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's it for Masterclass 3. It's time for you to proceed to the next steps video, which you'll find below. Thank you.
Enjoy.